What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. You already know your girl came here a little late, but I was ranting on Instagram and I realized, you know what you need? You need your vitamins, you need some water, and you need some teriyaki madness. So I went literally in the span of like an hour and 30 minutes, threw letters in the post office box, threw stopped by the bank because they have ATM stays open at 5:30. Went by teriyaki madness, took my vitamins. I feel good now. Ready. So again, today's video is talking about credit repair 300-point increase stories. Now, here's the problem with the stories. The phone screenshots I have that I've edited, to me, I can still see some information. So clearly, I have to redo my, shading of the information. So let's get it started. Many people have questions about credit repair. Throw them in there. Let's get into it, because a lot of you have questions that we could all solve if we just go, okay? And today you're like, Erica, why are you doing so many videos? I didn't do any videos yesterday. I had literally 47 orders of credit repair off the websites. So I literally just spent the day making sure everybody's stuff got processed, went through, making sure there's any hiccups. A lot of times when you ask people for their information, they be like, oh yeah, I sent it. No, you didn't send me everything. I asked you for everything. So a lot of times you're spending your emails doing that, which is interesting for whatever reason. So again, hey, you guys, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog. This is the Smartphone Millionaire book. Thank you guys so much. I would love more reviews. On average, when we first put this book out, we sold like 500 copies. And every month since it's been out, you guys have done about 100 sales. I really am proud of y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me, supporting the channel. Just, let's do a review. I even want to give y'all my LinkedIn for some of y'all who actually are on LinkedIn. If you're not on LinkedIn, woo, I don't know what you're doing. But if you've had my services or you've worked with me before, definitely leave a comment on my LinkedIn under the SW Investments. I'm going to put it in the here so you guys can just go over here. Boom. Uh-oh, it wouldn't let me post it. Hold on. It might be too long. Oh man, it's not even gonna let me put my LinkedIn on there. How dare them? How dare them? Anyway, so let's go and get it started. All right. So many people, when they go get credit repair, they call me, say, Erica, I work with this other company. I got credit repair and my score didn't move. Number one, there's several reasons why your score didn't move. Number one is you don't have any positive reporting history. A lot of people will sit here and go, sorry. A lot of people will say, Erica, I got everything removed. I got this, AU on here. I'm got it. I'm doing it. No, you're not doing it. You have to be able to provide an account of your personal history. And that's what those primary accounts do. They help get you that credit. So here, I'm going to put this in here. All right, so if you click on that link right there, you can go put a recommendation on my LinkedIn page under SW Investments. I really would appreciate that. That would be most helpful. You know why? Because people always ask for testimonials. I ain't got time for that. Half the testimonials out there are made up. But if you're out there on LinkedIn world, you're already in the game. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but I posted a picture in the community section of a Korean food place and a Vietnamese food place where I just stopped off getting teriyaki madness. In the parking lot is a Vietnamese guy with a Porsche arguing with the Hispanic guy about fixing stuff. So yes, your girl was ear hustling and being nosy and all over there taking pictures because, your girl does that. So here is the deal. Here's the deal. And I want to say this, and if it gets you unsubscribing to my channel, that's okay. If you send me hate mail, that's okay. If you're going to hate email, that's fine. What I'm seeing in my country, that's right, I said my country, and I actually am part of the Asian American Association here, business association. Long story, I'll tell you about it in another video how that happened, weirdly enough. Basically a joint venture, I was able to go. But what I see is a lot of Asian Americans opening up several businesses. I see a lot of white guys kind of going towards contractor, towards welding, towards like, oh man, I need to get in the game somehow, right? I see a lot of Hispanic men here in this area, in this region of Austin, Texas. They are really starting businesses, buying real estate. Some of the people who have reached out to me, and I have about 70 of you now on the special email list from this channel, are Hispanic. and like, yo, I got money, let's go. And I see, sadly, there's a lot of Black people who are really like waking up because Donald Trump's in office and they're like, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. But then there's a whole bulk of Black people like arguing about single mamas and Black dudes living with their grandma. I mean, it's just like this weird conundrum of what I'm seeing down the line, right? And if you guys aren't trying to get in the game, it won't matter. Like, you'll say, well, Erica, I've got a good job. I like where I live. I like my wife. And here's the thing. What's going to happen is, yeah, you're going to have your wife, you're going to have your life, you're going to have your house, but you're going to struggle forever. Like, I really see the trend of people in their 50s trying to take care of their mom, trying to make sure their kids go into college and don't be in a bunch of debt. I have 4 friends right now whose kids are leaving college and coming back home to live with them and going to community colleges. I mean, it's like, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. And these are people who are not broke. These are well-off people who kids are figuring out, I'm going to college out of state. That don't make no sense. Let me go back to mama's house and go to community college and get a trade. I mean, this is how this is rolling, right? And if you watch Gary Vee, if you watch Grant Cardone, listen to what they're really saying. Grant Cardone is trying to gobble everything right now. He's trying to be a monster-sized dude. So when the recession hits, he's even bigger. And who do you think to call to sell your property to? Grant Cardone. That's what he's doing. Gary Vee, he's putting a startup building, been there since 2015 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's starting VaynerMedia Sports. Why? Because he sees the writing on the wall that these kids, like LeVar Ball's son, instead of having LeVar Ball daddy out there acting a damn fool, you can have somebody like Gary Vee and his brother's company marketing you, promoting you, getting you those speeches where you get paid and it doesn't interfere with your scholarship, or it doesn't interfere with you going onto the big leagues, you know, getting you money off deals, being your manager, because that's where the trend is going, is these individual sports guys doing this. I mean, you can look here on YouTube. There's a video talking about why are so many athletes starting YouTube channels? Because the game is so fickle. These contracts are so fickle. Look at Dez Bryant, bro. Dez Bryant has not been signed for 88 days after being cut from the Cowboys. Now, we can talk about, we don't have to go on sports, but I'm just using it as an example. Sports is so fickle. If you are not spending your time having sponsorships, being Shaq, getting that money, you will be left out in the cold. Okay. So after I went on that heated rant, I'm just telling you what I see, and people in my inbox that are on my email list for real estate, they're Hispanic, they're Asian, they're white. There's some black people on there, but right now, I'm telling you right now, I have at least 47 credit repairs, and I got some pending ones. And out of that 47 people, 40 of them are white. 3 are Hispanic, and the last ones are black. So what does that tell you, boo-boo? They get it. All right. So we're going to go into credit. We're going to talk about it. I'm sorry I had on that rant, but like, y'all just don't understand the context of when people are like, yeah, I got laid off from my job and I just want you to give me some free help. Like, that time is over. Like, we're about to go into recession, and like, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand what you're doing. Like, you're not prepared, and you're going to stay unprepared for years to come. So why is credit repair so important? Everybody, please list some reasons why credit repair is so important. And then I'll get to my session. You know, I'll get to step by steps. Let's get it right session. Why is credit repair so important? How does it affect you? If you've watched this channel, you know, but go ahead. Let me see. While y'all putting those comments in the bottom, because I know there's a 30-second delay, I'm going to read some of the stuff y'all talking about. Hilltop. I'm trying to finish the last video. Here she go live again. I'm just on a roll today. I know, you know, I'm getting ready to put some ads out on YouTube world. So I'm just putting some good content out. Mrs. Love Jones, patiently living. Solid steps to what? Productivity at its finest. Key, yeah, she killing it. Yeah. Thank you, Solid Steps to Wealth. That's really true. That's why I support her. I have her books and courses. Thank you. Hey, that's right, Key. What's up? I have invested in a lot of sites she put the Smartphone Millionaire book on. Can I make a comment real quick while we're going in this? The Smartphone Millionaire book, I was talking to y'all about Stockpile. And I'm just going to rant on it a little bit more, just as real quick. Let me show y'all. The Stockpile app. I'm trying to make sure I don't show my information. Oh, it is. Damn it. Look up the Stockpile app. STOCPILE. Stockpile app. You can literally, the other day I went to go buy a stock. This is what I did, y'all. I went in here. You can buy fractional shares. What did I try to buy? I tried to buy Under Armour or something like that, right? It literally let me take a snapshot picture of my debit card to buy the stock. Yo, I was like, I got to do a review on that because I thought that was lit. Because what happens with a lot of people is they send money to these like E-Trade and Ameritrade and all these people. And guess what happens? They're waiting for the transfer unless they do it wired. And so then they get frustrated because they're waiting. And then this lets you take a picture of your phone. This is crazy. I think it's amazing. So anyway, let's see what we got here. Cam, we on a roll today. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, Pamela C. We'll start with Pamela C. It looked like I got a question here. My credit's in the 500. So what? So I need help. Okay, Pamela C. You can get the credit repair. I'll put the link in here again. Listen, if you need credit repair, there's no shame in your game. Be honest. I can help you more than just credit. There's some people who have started with me, and what I'm doing at this point with them is like helping them get their business credits now. Like, right, we started in one level, now we're going to the next level. Because at the end of the day, it's about making moves. It's about progressing. So don't be ashamed. In the link right there is the credit repair link. That's if you want credit repair. Again, for everybody who wanted to be in the credit repair business course, I saw your emails. Okay, I saw your emails. I'm gonna put my email down there again. There's about 100 emails. Y'all gonna have to wait as I go through and send y'all invoices and message y'all back. Give me a minute. Okay, we doing videos, but I saw you. Okay, so that's the email for that. It's in the comments. Okay. If you, let's say it like this, Pamela. See, I don't know what's going on with your credit. We don't know because we can't look at your report. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a basis level. You are at 500. You want to go to 720. Here's what I would recommend for the audience at large. 1, you need 3 to 6 positive reporting lines of credit, right? We've talked about that. Now, what happens is a lot of people go, nah, man, I'm going to wait till you clean off my credit. Then I'm going to start. If you do that, you have already failed the instructions that I give y'all when y'all buy the credit repair. You have to be working in tandem for me to make moves, right? Because the first 45 days, I don't want you applying for credit cards. I don't want you doing any of that. I want you to go when you first get credit repair with me, pick your 3 positive lines and leave it be. That's it. Now, let's say most people are going to have a car. Number 1, for whatever reason, people love their car. They'll never not lose their car. They need to get from point A to point B. Cars up there. Number 2, student loans. What am I tell you to do about your student loans? Write Goodwill letters or get me to do it, or call them, make payment arrangements, set it up. Why? Because they are in a situation where so many people are defaulting on student loans. They are willing to say that you are paid as agreed for months and months and months. Student loans. Number 3, most people have 1 credit card or some kind of card, right? Now, 4, 5, and 6 is up to you. Preferably, if you're working with me, you know what I want you to do? Go get a secure loan. Usually they give you that money right back and put it on a secure card. And you can either do another secure card or you can do and here's the options. Huffington Chase, Oxford Publishing. Sorry, I'm writing it as I talk because I'm just making sure I'm sounding out what I'm saying. Another one is Geddington. Geddington is just like Fingerhut, or we could do the shopping cart trick, which again, I don't want you getting too crazy into the shopping cart trick. Get 1 card and sit down. You don't need 6 or 7 of these really raggedy store cards because it ain't really worth it. Okay. So then, boom, nothing else. Sit. Don't do nothing. Like chill for 45 days. Don't apply for anything. I cannot tell you how many times I've been working on people's credit repair. I look up the next month's report. They done applied 20 places. I'm like, what were you doing? Credit repair don't happen in 72 hours. What are you doing? So again, that's number 1. Get those lines. Now what's happening? I'm going to be fixing usually any incorrect information. And we got techniques and skills and whatnot. After that, what am we doing? We're calling you. We're talking on the phone. We're seeing what's your progress. What are you trying to do? Most people are trying to get a mortgage. They're trying to get a car, or they're trying to get business loans. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Let's say you say, I've done all that, Erica. It's been 3 months. You know, what's up with my score? I'm going to say, what do your cards look like? Your credit cards, if they maxed out, you're not making any movement. Your score's not going to move. So let's say you have a $1,000 card. 10% of that $1,000 card is what? $100. Let's just say you move in 10% increments. Okay, 10% this month. Let's say you do 30%. You get it down. You really get it down. That's $300. The key here is let's make that payment the day they're going to report that. Okay? Makes sense. They're reporting on the 25th. If you got to pay it the 24th and run it back up to 26, do what you got to do. But I prefer you pay it on the 24th. Give it 5 days. And then if you need the money, you need the money. If you need the money that bad, what do we need to be doing? Making more money. You already know the answer. Okay? But I want you to work in increments. 30% down. Get it to 50% down. So we want to get you, let's be honest, 80%. Max you want to use is 80% at any given time. Then we want to work you down to half. Use half the credit card. They gave you $3,000. Don't use more than $1,500. Then we want to get you down to 30%. Why? Because we want to show that you have these big lines of credit that you don't need. Because every time you keep the credit card maxed out at the line every month, they like, damn, she need this money. Damn, he need this money. He's struggling. So these are usually the top 1 through 4 or 5 that you need. The lines, the fixing the information, whether that's your addresses, work, information, numbers, whatever. What are you doing it for? What's our timeline? And 3, what's your credit card usage look like? Those are the fastest way. If somebody said, Erica, I don't think my credit's bad, but all my credit cards are maxed out. If you pay 10% on each one of those credit cards this month, you'll see a score move. You pay them all to half, you'd see a score jump. Because a lot of times y'all have thin files. Does that make sense? Okay. See, Cam, I know. See, Cam, YouTube has been unsubscribing and subscribing people. They've been doing it to everybody. I've had to go back to YouTube channels that I love and go subscribe because I'm like, where's my notification? Cashmatic, you're on a roll. Just for today. We got some extra energy today. All right. He says, Key, I just got my Fingerhood account the other day. All right. Trisha Bishop, how can credit card companies still report you since you've closed a card? Now, Trisha Bishop, I need a fuller description. Is there still a balance on that card? Or is it paid and closed? Because if it's paid and closed, they ain't gonna report you no more. If it's still got a balance on it and it's closed out, you got to pay your balance. Mrs. Love Jones, you can't see or hear me. You need to refresh it. Quiet Storm 06. Erica, what information would you need from me to be ready if I were to purchase credit repair through you? So Quiet Storm, the key factors is when I get on the phone with you, usually what I usually tell people is get a consult first or watch enough of my videos to feel like if you want to work with me, right? Then secondly, once you buy a credit repair consult, the consult, usually we do 1 or 2, right? So I get on the phone with you. I make sure, like, what are your goals? Just trying to see if you're a good fit. And then we need all 3 credit reports. So you can go through Credit Check Total, or you can go through My FICO, or annual credit report, but we need all 3. Can't just send me one. That isn't going to help and not going to help me give you a full picture or full benefit of working with me. So all 3, and then you need 3 forms of ID. Now this ID can be a variant of things, right? For whatever reason, the credit bureaus have decided the number is 3. It can be your utility bill, cell phone bill, mortgage, the first cover of your mortgage, the first page of your apartment lease, your social security card, your driver's license, your concealed handgun permit, little card. I've had those. Any other government ID, your military ID, whatever. You just need 3. So figure out what you're gonna send. Is it necessary to notarize the letters? What are the repercussions of not notarizing? Kim, that's more related to the business class. It's very powerful. It is very powerful to notarize. And I'll put it to you this way. When we send out letters, not only do we notarize, we certify and mail it. It's like pushes to an elevation of a system. It's very important. Find somebody who can notarize. Find somebody who can be your friend and notarize till you get your notary stamp. Donnie Breeze, what's up? Diamonds Transport, need your phone number. Diamond Transport, you can feel free to like, subscribe, or schedule a consult. John Hill, is this going to cost $500? No. I do a lower price for my YouTube subscribers of $250. Now, there's another website people go through. It is $500. But I keep it separate. I don't post it anywhere on this channel. And it's really because I'm testing the ads and the ads, how the AdSense work. So, Mrs. Love Jones, you need to refresh your YouTube. Refresh. Thank you, Cam. Anybody, again, on that LinkedIn, give me a review under SW Investments, because that's what this all falls under. Jay Willis, EW, you rock. I'm in Dallas, Texas. Jay Willis, are you coming to see us in Dallas? Are you going to come see me at the end of the month for the Andres and Friends tour? We have one-day tickets available. It'd be great if I see you if you're in Dallas, but if not, I understand. So Jay Willis, I posted that link again in the comments. Kevin Homer, you sell shirt on your site? No, I don't sell it on this site, but I can. If you see in the links, this is what the shirt looks like. I'm backing up a little bit. I don't know if this is good or not. Can you see? I don't know. Anyway, that shirt, the link, Cam posted it. Thank you so much. Mrs. Love Jones, I can finally hear and see. Okay, cool. Can we argue about grandma? Please, let's not. It's crazy. Meet Erica in Dallas. Thank you for posting those links. Okay. Donnie Breeze, Erica, how will the coming recession affect startup businesses? Donnie Breeze, you know what I think is going to happen is you're going to have a lot of people who are already in the process, right? Like they've already had the company started up. They're getting investors. So what they'll either do is they'll sell to people like Gary Vee. Hold on a second. This coffee's cold now, but it's delicious. It's delicious cold. It's because of the creamer I put in it. Okay. Or the Baileys, whatever. How will coming recession affect startup businesses? So what you'll see is you'll see a lot more businesses for sale at low prices. You'll see a lot of people selling their shares of equity. Like, I got half my company equity. I'll give you 25%, which makes them almost to a level where you can vote them out and fire them. But that's what you're going to see. A lot of these people jumped on the startup bandwagon and they ain't got no money. They're running out of money. You have to sell. Like even in my last video I posted earlier, somebody came after the video finished and said, well, how do I make money off YouTube without selling products and services? Didn't we just go through a whole video of me talking how to make money off YouTube by selling products and services? The only way you're not going to sell products and services if you do affiliate marketing. And if you do affiliate marketing, that means your traffic is so high that companies want to work with you. I don't understand. That's why I do these videos and I have to keep repeating myself because I know some people heard it, some people didn't. Some people are like, nah, tell me the other answer, Erica. But you'll still have people making businesses. Oh Lord, it done jumped. Somebody gave me a $5 super chat. Thank you. Let me go back up here. Oh, it done jumped all the way. Sorry, I'm all the way from the bottom. Okay. Okay, thanks. You're welcome, Erica Nicole. Hilltop, I'm black. Hey, wink. Crypto, way more lucrative. John Hill, did you come on a second chat cutting up? Are you cutting up today? I think you're cutting up today. Erica Nicole, free help. Credit is better than money. It is combination, right? Because here's the thing. Some of the people I'm meeting, the only reason you even know about their YouTube or you know about them on Facebook or you know about them on Instagram is because of credit. They are using $20,000, $30,000 credit cards to juice up their channels and juice up their stuff. Credit is good for leverage. Yes, it is. Donnie Breeze, dang, our people moving like molasses. Donnie Breeze, it ain't even funny. The funny thing is there is a segment of well-to-do black people that are moving. They are moving and shaking and going on down the road. And either you get on board or you don't. Like I keep poking out about Nina in Cleveland, but I think she sells a house a day, a house every couple of days. She gets a wholesale deal. She's just moving. She's moving. And she'll post something and people are like, oh, it's $5,000. By the time you've complained on her page, some other black dude has come bought it. I mean, it just is what it is. Like when I was in Detroit, there were black people from New York and California there investing. The people of Detroit weren't, but the people in California and New York were there to buy up everything. Crack me up. If you're looking for a job, thank you, Faria James. Thank you. How does credit affect you? Yes. If you're looking for a job, having decent to good credit can make or break your chances of getting a good job. Yes. Lenders judge you on your ability to pay. You will have funds to purchase real estate. Bye. Credit allows you to parlay greater accents. Credit allows you to level up. Robinhood takes a whole week to transfer money over. I know exactly. So here's the thing. What's happening is people are getting insurance rates that are ridiculous. That's why they're not getting insurance, or they're getting, car insurance rates that are ridiculous. They're getting turned down from apartments. They're having to provide a deposit for apartments. There is all kind of stuff. There are a lot of people in the military now getting not only their clearance taken away, but somehow, some way get them out of the military if they have lawsuits and court cases. Like, it ain't just calling your commander anymore. It's like you about to get put out, and they ain't even playing. Whoa, thank you for the $50 super chat. Steps to wealth. I'm getting down there. But the thing is, it's not even a joke, y'all. I mean, like right now, if you say, Erica, what would I do if I were you in this recession? If you got a job and you got some money set aside, I'd probably get my credit limits to like $100,000, because there's going to be such an opportunity to buy things. And it's not that the recession is horrible. Oh my God, it's so horrible. It's where you're at in it. Today, my friend went and got a pontoon boat because this guy was selling it because he was going through a divorce. And this ain't even the recession time. And he was like, I got a whole pontoon boat. I mean, it depends on where you're at in the chain of events, right? So Robinhood takes a whole week transfer over. That's right. Get credit for your business. Erica will fix your credit. That's right. Thank you, Cam. Can you help us UK Negroes with credit repair? I can't with you, CJ. You too much. We'd have to look over that. I want to make sure we do it right. Are you military just hanging out in Europe, or are you actually living in UK full time? Larry Rowe. By the way, I love your lives. I look at you almost all the time, but I need help on trying to grow my credit. I have a small trade line business, and it has been very good. Congratulations, Larry Rowe. Larry Rowe, if you have 10 lines of positive credit and still in low 100, what is your credit utilization? Right? Are you saying on your business side, or are you saying on your personal side? Because if you have 10, let's say you have 10 credit cards, and every card straight except for your Capital One. Capital One is like 90% maxed out. It will slowly, like, you'll shrug along. Soulful Shay. Oh, hold on, Erica. What is a goodwill letter? A goodwill letter is something that was popular in the last recession, but it's starting to become more popular again. It's basically where you say, hey, we had a hiccup. Something happened, but I've made positive payments the past 2 months. Why are you tripping? Can you please erase that erase that negative mark off my credit? So something like that. Some banks will allow you to do secure CD. Yes, that's true. They think it happens in 72 hours because they want to do a credit sweep, and those CPN. Damn CPNs. Listen, CPNs are criminal prisoner number. That's funny. CPNs are offered to snitches, federal snitches, people in witness protection, FBI agents, lawyers of high profile crime. Like some of those district attorneys you see on TV, they have CPNs because the government gives it to them because they're so worried about their health and their security, and someone like getting them. Thank you, Cam. Carla Gibson, great info as always. Thank you, Cam. Thank you for replying. A CPA is a certified public accountant. Hit that notification bell, Classic Climbers. Thank you so much. Okay. Hilltop credit repair. I feel it takes 8 months to a year to build credit history up and get some time off positive payment history. So I'll put it to you this way, Hilltop. It depends. If you have, this is how I'm going to make it work. Let's say you start off Hilltop and I cleaned your credit. All you got is a car. Some of these dudes that all they got is a car. And then they get 5 credit cards. I'm not advertising this. I'm just saying if they get 5 credit cards and they're making on-time payments, it's like 3 months later, they've got 700 credit score. I've seen it. Now, 8 months sounds good, depending on how bad somebody's situation is. But I've seen people file bankruptcy in the next month get credit cards. It's just a combination of factors. Each person's credit report is different. That's why you have to look at them. Lakeisha Wilkerson, what's up? Okay, Cam. Yeah, so there's live training tomorrow for people who are bought into the beta course. People who bought just a course straight out, $297, I'll try to add you on. But again, like I was trying to steer y'all to save some money, but you straight up just bought the course when I put it on the site. So I'll add you guys on for the live training tomorrow. Oh, Cam, the review, got the wrong link. The link in review is here. Okay, review me here. Review my business here, that LinkedIn one right there. How do I start business career, Larry Rowe? It depends. Depends. We'll come back to that question, Larry Rowe. We'll come back to it. Yeah, thank you. SNL, what letters are you notarizing? Letters in your credit repair. Bailey, hello, you got me rolling. Jay Madison, thank you for the $5 super chat. Jay Madison in the building. Solid Steps to Wealth, thank you for the $50 super chat. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. You're supporting this going on live. I know some of y'all might have saw me earlier ranting on Instagram because we had a lot of people acting a fool in my Instagram box and here emailing me for free information and free help and free services. And like, yeah, once you give me free help, I may pay you. No, honey, you reached out to me. You better go watch these free videos and keep it moving. But I see. Okay, anyway. What's up, Jay Madison? Okay, cool. Thank you for creating the business credit course. It's fire. Thank you, Solid Steps to Wealth. Jimmy Cave, if God send me a queen, I'm going to do a background check and a credit check. So here's the thing. What's funny is I'm meeting a lot of people who got married and didn't check anything. It's like, okay. You just like the standards are so low. That's what scares me. That segment is called Talented 10th. You know, people hate the Talented 10th conversation because what happened with, and this is a little segue. I know there's a lot of you who are white and Hispanic on the channel, and I thank you for watching. Here and there, if someone makes a comment towards urban reference parts, I'm going to respond, okay? So the Talented 10th was a belief that in any society, not just blacks, but the talented 10th% of the society would go be doctors and lawyers and nurses, and like they would hire people underneath them to like fix their home and do different things. Like the wealth would trickle down. It basically was trickle down economics, right? And in some degrees, I think the talented 10th would have worked. But if you know anything about history, World War II, we had 5 million black men who had the GI Bill, right? So out of this 5 million black men, only 3 million got to use the GI Bill. Because they would come back 2 years later and they were like, oh, our school's so full. And then 2 years later, the government would not honor the other people's GI Bill. Now, out of that 3 million that went to college, they became the 1940s, 50s, and 60s doctors, lawyers, insurance people, you name it. They became who's who in the black community. So you have this generational folks from World War II who got to go to college for free, got to make money, got to come back to their small towns, run businesses, do stuff. But I think if you went back and put that other 2 million black people in college, black men, you would see such a drastic change of our society. It would be unrecognizable because those people literally became who ran the black hospitals. So you'd have, honestly, when segregation was going on, all the way up to almost the 60s, late 60s, you had hospitals with black doctors, black nurses, black surgeons, black dentists, black eye doctors. Like it was very separated. And now that went away, the talented 10th argue is not as strong, but it should be. It's in any society. Kamara Jones, where can I find the business credit course? Is teaching how to build your own business credit. Kamara Jones here. You can email me here. If I can type your name, Kamara Jones. You can email me here. if you want the invoice to get in the class, or you can go to the other site I have and you can go look at it. So, CJ, what made you think of credit repair? Trey Williams, what made me think of credit repair is what ended up happening is I'd be consulting people and they would be trying to fill out business forms. They'd be trying to start buy property in the consultation and realize we could not get them what they wanted because their credit was bad, right? And so at that point, I ended up working with Mr. 100% Finance and a few other people and going to conferences about credit. And I would hear crazy arguments. Basically, there was a man one time in one of my conferences in Dallas, and he had $100,000 American Express and another $100,000 card. I think it was Visa. And you know what he did? He took the cash off those cards, flipped 2 houses, refinanced those 2 houses, and then used that money to grow his business. Now he has like 20 rental properties. And he didn't do it in like a crazy long time. It was like 5 years. And so all I can think of is like that guy had access to credit and changed his life, right? Or there's people who I personally know took a $20,000 credit card and they've blown up on YouTube right now. And I know them and they were like, I told you to do it, Erica. You should have did it when I did it. And I'm like, you're right, bro. You're right. I should have did it. But the key here is I just know the difference it makes if your mindset's right. Because it's very hard for people to get a hold of 10K right off the bat. But that's what made me think about credit. I was working for myself. Like when I lost my coffee shop, there was like vendor lines, all kind of stuff that got messed up. And so I learned for myself, worked in those groups, went to those conferences and was like, this is crazy lucrative. You know, even when I say I make 9K a month off YouTube, some months I make that just by itself in the credit repair business, separate from the YouTube channel. It's really amazing how it works. And there's over 50 million Americans who have what we consider bad credit. So I feel like the more people I teach, they can go and teach people in their circles. And a lot of times people say, oh, we need to work together. We need to get a group of people to invest in this. Honestly, if it's you and your friend, just get your money together. You and that friend could go get a semi truck and rent it out, right? Or you and that friend could go get a rental property and then keep buying more and more rental properties. If you get your credit right, you can just buy vacant lots until you get your stuff straight. I mean, part of what y'all missed this past weekend at the Dallas event, Andre and Friends tour, was basically how he got $1,000 acre for $1,000 from the land bank in Dallas, and then turned around, worked with a contractor, really a general contractor, who built the ground, developer, who built the house, single family house up from the ground up. And then they turn around and sell it, and he made 40 grand. And did he lift a hammer? Did he lift a nail? Did he do anything? No, he just bought a house off the land bank for $1,000. And some of that has credit tied to it, you know. If you don't have 1,000, but you got 1,000 on your card, and you get a house off the land bank or a house out of the auction, winning. So that's part of what made me think of credit. That's part of made me go down this journey. And I just realized like some people are making great money. And like even in the apartment industry, I'd be in an apartment office and somebody would be making 10 grand a month. Their wife is making 4 grand. She's a teacher. And then they would get turned down for stuff. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Let's just make this based off their income. But that's just how credit is, right? So, okay. Oh, Lord, it jumped again. Jimmy Cave, you set up for life. Mrs. Love Jones, get it, girl. Quiet Storm, can I qualify for a personal loan from a credit union or special credit card with a score of 500 or less? Unfortunately, no, Quiet Storm. You're most likely going to get into that's below subprime credit. That's very, very poor credit. You're going to get a secure card. You can take money and put it on a secure card. But you got to assess what's going on with the credit, what's causing it to be that low. Mentor Shelly, I only have 2 student loans on my credit. Should I do a secure card with my bank to get more lines? Mentor Shelly, depends on what your score is. If your score is 650, you might be able to get an unsecured card with your bank. Jimmy Cave, you tripping out here. Larry Rowe, my $1,700 covered card is maxed out, but I'm making payments on time every month. I'm not missing a payment. What do you mean? Is it maxed out are you paying it all off and then maxing it back out again? Is that what you mean? I don't know what you mean, Larry Rowe. This is a community supported channel. Donate $5 if you can. It's helpful. Thank you, Cam. Julia Dixon, for my YouTube subscribers only, $250 is everything. It gets you 3 rounds of credit. Anybody else, if you go through any other website, there's a website I have, I never mentioned it on here. If they go through there, it is $500 on that site, but it's spread out over payment. Like they pay $300 front and 100 the next 2 months. So you guys are very lucky. You're in the funnel of here. Because if you came outside the funnel of here, you're paying more. Solid Steps to Wealth. I'm so happy to be in the beta group. If you create any other courses that you need a beta help, let me know. First in line. For sure. And what the beta group does is let me re-go through the course, delete some stuff. That doesn't work. You guys get to ask me questions. And like sometimes you'll ask a question, and because I do this so often, I ain't even thought about that. Like, oh, or I forget a step in the process. So I have to go back and go, oh, yeah, they need to know that one step I missed. Like someone brought up in the last one about affiliate. How do I set up affiliate accounts? So I'm going to show them probably tomorrow how to set up affiliates with Thinkific. And that's super easy. And then show them how to set up affiliates with the Paydiver. And I'll just attach it. I think I have a contract. So, and give people an affiliate link. So. Trey Wilson, yes, business credit and personal credit are different, Trey Wilson. But what happens occasionally and often, people will start a brand new business, have no vendor lines, no Paydex score, go in the bank, and the bank is going to be like, because of the Patriot Act, I want to look at your personal credit. And if your personal credit is shitty, you're not going to get a business loan. If your personal credit is great, they'll just do that. Now, here's another trick. If you're someone who said, Erica, I just started LLC, I got my EIN number, and I got $10,000. You take that $10,000 and put it in the bank, it is equivalent to a 700 credit score. They will give you a loan, a business credit card, business lines of credit. They'll do whatever for you. Hey, Cliff Burns. I'm doing a rehab with a duplex. On a duplex with credit cards and plan on using the BRRRR strategy. So the BRRRR strategy is buy, rehab, refinance, and repeat. For those of you who don't understand how people are using the BRRRR strategy. Hit the like button at least, you guys. If you're not super chatting, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Trey Wilson, you can set up as a 501D or 501C tax exempt. Okay. Thank you again, Cam. Did he remodel the house or was it built from the ground up? Built from the ground up, Godwin Page. If you saw my live video about the construction, those are straight up empty lots. What happens is the city, when the homes are vacant or vandalized too often and the city owns them, they just tore them down. So you had a bunch of empty lots on that side of town of South Dallas, and it's near where the hipsters are coming in. Gentrification is coming in. And so he's able to build a brand new house with granite countertops, nice fixtures, nice. If you saw the video, it's a little grainy, but whatever, it's free. You can see all the house. It's 2 stories for $165. And where do you get a house for $165,000 to $200,000 in Dallas? Period. Very hard to get. Hey, thank you again for the super chats. Okay, let me see. Joseph Lou, yes, Joseph. Larry Rowe, if you get my Jewelers Club, it will lower your credit ratio if you're maxing out your 1,700 Discover card. Yes, my Jewelers will give you a 5,000 limit. There's also a sister company to my Jewelers. Someone mentioned it on here. If y'all remember who it is, say it again. Godwin Plays. Thank Erica. Did I mention the total? Did you mention the total cost of building that house? Make sure you put some super chat in there, Godwin. It's going deep. So the house at the end of the day, they're selling it for $160,000 and $200,000. So in the end, once everything's sold and done, the guy who owns it, Scotty Smith, got $40,000. So really, he didn't come out of pocket with any money. He didn't do anything. The construction guy, general contractor, built everything. So of course, you know, he put a little lien on it till it got sold, and then he walked away with 40 grand. Nice for putting 1,000 in and doing nothing afterwards. And if you want a little tip on that, you can go to houseplans.com and get a house. And you can figure out how much it costs to build it, or you can go send it to people. Mrs. Love Jones, I'm not particularly certain on the VA part. I would save a VA loan for real stuff. I would just save it for a good one. Because here's the thing with land: when you buy lots, the way the loans are going for land, you either put 50% down, or if you have plans drawn up for the land, like let's say a contractor drew up some plans, or you got houseplans.com, you can put a 25% down payment for that house, for that land, the empty lot. But a lot of these empty lots are going for anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000, unless it's in an already built up, really nice area neighborhood. VC, thank you for all you do. You're appreciated. Thank you. Quiet storm coming in. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Again, thank you, Solid Steps of Wealth, for the $50 super chat. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for supporting the channel. Quiet storm. What's the difference between a secure and unsecured card? Thank you for answering my questions. I really appreciate all the great info. An unsecured card is where they just basing it off your credit score and your income, and they're gonna cut you just a $5,000 credit card. A secure card is when you go into Navy Federal or any credit union you have, and you take your $500, you give them the $500, they put it as collateral on that card, and if you do a secure loan, they'll give you the money right back. And you go and you just make payments on that secure loan. But if you do 500 secured card, usually they keep that money. So that's the difference. And that's your balance from there on out. Donnie Breeze, the Patriot Act got banks asking for all kinds of paperwork, like for real. Oh, for real. That's why I do a lot of stuff online or with these little small banks. So I can look people in the eye and talk to them. Like, what you need? What you need? What you want? Let's go. So that's a lot of what I do. Okay. I usually hit it as I start live watching. Thank you. Can you repeat that strategy? Is what was it again? Which strategy? Nicole Williams spits. You got to be more direct. I don't know which one you're talking about. Thank you so much. New Coast Direct is the sister company to my Jewelers Club. Everybody write that down. It's very important. If you're looking for $5,000 limits, my Jewelers Club and New Coast Direct. I promise I'll try to remember for next time. Okay. JMOS, is there a way to get credit and recruits moved? Yes. Got one page. Thank you so much. Mike Polar. Erica, with your credit repair company, do you do it yourself or sub it out? Mike Polar, I pretty much do it all myself. I have a young lady who I've hired to help me on days when it's just too many, which we had a month where we had 100. But she only worked for me like assistant, and also she did credit repair for years. She's just coming in and helping me, but I try not to sub it out. And what people have tried to do, Mike Polar, which is very funny, I had a lady try to charge some people $1,000 and then came and paid me and tried to give me all their information. And I was like, yo, I need to talk to them. And she was like, oh, no, I got you. And I just knew what it was. And I'm like, that's okay. Like, I still got paid. I don't care. The key here is make your prices good. And if people want to work with you that way or sub out, you should do that. Now, the only reason I don't trust that MLM group, which will remain nameless, is because they subcontract your shit out to foreign people in Philippines for cheap prices. And I'm like, with the way credit is right now and the way people are their credit's being, taken advantage of, you don't need that kind of drama. That Bailey's hitting me, y'all. Yeah, VC's correct about VA loan. Daryl Stevens, hello. Hudson Chase, 1,500 primary line. Ox Publishing, a 2,500 primary line. Nicole Williams, Burr, the Burr strategy, the BRRR, too many R strategy. You're going to buy, hold on. You know what? I'm going to fix it for you. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I'm going to, if I have this book in here, I'm going to show it to you. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm going to go get this book. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. your girl is back. You're back. You're back. Now, I forgot. I thought I had the other book in here. I don't. But it's the third book. The Book of Real Estate Property Investing. Brandon Turner loves talking about his bird strategy. And this is for managing rental properties. Bigger Pockets. I like their version they have. It's pretty good. One more time. Bigger Pockets, rental property investing. He talks about the bird strategy in this book. Now, there's another book he has where it says how to invest with no money down. And essentially, he talks about the bird strategy in there too. If y'all don't calm down up in here. Okay. What else y'all got going on up in here? Okay. Digital B Media. I already have an unsecured credit card. Do you recommend a secured credit card? Digital B Media depends on what's going on. Is your girl, why is that with people today? They worrisome. Okay. If you have, it depends on your credit score, Digital B Media. What's your credit score going on? If your credit score went down since you got your unsecured credit card, you may have a hard time getting unsecured. So you may have to get a secured card. That's right, Cam. $14,000 in primary trade lines. Kim Lee, what is the purpose of trade lines? Kim Lee, two different words. AU trade lines is what you're thinking of. And that means authorized user trade lines. Authorizer, let's say you, Kim Lee, let's say I'm working with you. I clean your credit up, but all you got is student loans with not good history and one car, and it ain't got good history. What you're going to do is if you get another primary credit card or two, it'll bump up your score. But people then put the trade line on top to give it that rocket boost. But trade lines will only give you like 20, 30 points if you got a bunch of crap on your credit. If your credit's very cleaned off, good to go, it could give you a 50 to 100 point boost. And what people usually use it is temporary to get more credit cards or to get a car or whatever. But it doesn't work to buy a house. Why? Because they're using a different FICO scoring system, and they're going to check your personal credit in primary lines. So that's why a lot of people, when they're out there buying these trade lines, I'm like, it ain't going to help you get a better mortgage. It'll help you get credit cards and then cars, but not better mortgage. So, okay. USA is also really great. I'm bummed I couldn't get in. My grandfather was military, so I don't think I can get in the Navy Federal. If you check again, if you got your grandfather's SS number, DD 214, double check. Do you use the same setup as Andre Notary signing service as far as website, answering service, e-fax? Trey Wilson, I don't, because I don't really do any notary stuff, right? Like this notary is for my business, right? Like this is for a painting company and this. I really don't do a lot of notary services. I could go notarize loan closings and documents. I could do it. I just don't. But I think it's good. If you have a notary and you want to make money, like a good at least $500 to $1,000 a month, you could do that. Again, thank you, Solid Steps of Wealth, for supporting the channel with the $50 super chat. Ben Fed doesn't let you do business, but they are nice. Mentor Shelley, the score is 640 with one bureau. I'll try it. Mentor Shelley, always look at your medium score. Andre, yeah. So Julia Dixon, she said, this might be a stupid question, but my dad don't have credit. Can a secure card help him? He really has no score. So here's the thing. One of my uncles is he pays everything in cash, everything. So he had no credit for like 3 years ago, he had no credit score. And he went to go buy his new Ford truck. And they were like, bro, you don't got no credit score? So he went over to Lowe's, got a card, went to his bank, went to USAA, got a card, and then came back and got the truck a month later. I mean, it happens all the time. If you pay everything in cash, you won't have any credit. So yes, he could get a secure card, and his score would probably jump. If he paid that secure card right for the next 5 months, he'd have a 700 credit score, because that's the only thing he has on there. Yes, Cam. Don't forget, if you got $1,000, you can put it out on secure loan or do self-lender, which is a site. Kim Lee, Texas-based RN with healthcare-based business ideal with bad credit. Where do I start with you? Kim Lee, probably start with a consult, because you never know. Depending on your business ideal, there's some people who call me They didn't even need credit. Like they needed a vendor account. Like one dude wanted to start a medical supply company, and I'm not sharing too much of his information. He wanted to start a medical supply company, and we didn't even need credit. We started with the company that actually provides him the equipment. He set up a vendor account with them and started moving. So, the key here is, but when you start trying to get to bigger levels or get government contracts or any of this stuff, they are going to check out who you are. Just depends on what your ideal is. But Kimberly, you can check out the consult here. Here I come to save the day, mighty mouse, mighty mouse. All right, Digital B Media. I paid the unsecured off, looking to pay off my 5K student loan. Credit history is pretty clear. Just looking to add more lines. Okay. Any other questions, boys and girls? Let me see if I can find some more credit stuff. Hey, thank Mike Polar. Let me see if I can find it. Here I come to save the day. Mighty mouse and pyramid. I had this article I was going to show y'all, but it's tripping. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me see. Let me get y'all some stuff I want to show y'all. Mighty mouse. All righty. Okay, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Sorry, I'm taking so long. It is it's an article, and it got people are very upset, but this is very smart. Okay, here we go. Well, I actually need to share the screen. That might help, right? Okay, hold on. Here I come to save the day. All right, so this article was super controversial the other day, and I already know why. Because it's what happened last time. Everybody, here's the article from CNBC. Homeowners are sitting on a record amount of cash and not tapping it. Homeowners now have a collective $5.8 trillion in tappable equity, the highest volume ever recorded. The average homeowner with a mortgage gained $14,000 in tappable equity over the last year, and now have like $100,000 available to withdraw. All right, guys. So why do you think, give me some answers. That was my radio voice, my TV voice. Why are some reasons people are not tapping the equity in their house? Let's give me some reasons. Look at this guy's house, nice and big. Give me some reasons, and we will tackle them as we hear them. What are some reasons, you guys? Mighty mouse. All right, again, check that article out on CNBC. Another one. Look at this stuff starting to pop up. The best ETFs to have during a recession. Huh. Look at that. Look at that. Ding, 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 ding. Another one. With personal debt levels high, potential U.S. recession could spell a disaster for homeowners. Look at that. Look at that. Booming economies lead to economic slumps. Right now, economies all over the world are booming. Recent tax cuts have meant that businesses look brighter than ever for many corporations. And their employees, they beg. But what's happening? What does a potential recession mean for the average American? The average American household carries credit card debt report having an average $15,000. Overall average debt carried by American households is $133,000. Oh my goodness. What does that mean for them? What does that mean? So let me get out of here and check you guys' answers. Okay, all right, let's go here. Let's go here. All righty, all right. Thank you for sending the $1.99 super chat. Donnie Bree, Erica, with Buying Age Corporation, how do you get around having a new bank account in order to get funding? I think bank will flag Age Corporation if dates are way off. No, because Donnie Breeze, it's like any company merger. It's like you bought into the company, you merged into the company, you're a new owner. It's just like any other business. We could talk more about that in the business corp tomorrow, probably. Let's see. Julio Torres. With trade lines of credit and limited cash, what is the smallest amount of payments I can do per trade line that will still improve my business credit? It depends, Julio Torres. What trade lines do you have? Are you having Home Depot, Lowe's? Do you have like a vendor you have to pay every month? You know, the key here is keeping your paydex score high. So as long as you're not paying late, that's a positive. Paying early helps. But you got to give me a little bit more detail. Kamara Jones, I have a 19-year-old and I want to start building her credit to get in real estate. What would you recommend? I would recommend, because she's only 19, I would recommend her 3 small credit cards that she can keep up with personally. I probably, let me be honest, I wouldn't even give her credit cards. I would give, if it's him or her, I would give them 3 secure lines. I'd take $3,000, like, hey, this is your mama. I'm going to help you build your credit up. I'd go over to the bank and give them 3 accounts, right? So that means on average, their payments are going to be $20 a month for the next, they really want to spread it out. They can spread it out for a while, but they can do $20 to $50 a month each line. And as they're paying on it, it will build their score up. They'll be fine. The key is, what part of real estate are they trying to get into? Because creative funding is not just a last resort. A lot of people can do creative funding. It just depends on where they're at. JMS, and they got to pay it back. True. Jay Liggins, do you still use Lending Club? Yes, I have over 400 notes currently in Lending Club. I basically take the money that comes in every month from the payments of interest and roll it into another note. I don't even touch it. Because I used to have 600 notes and then I sold some because of the surgery. And I sold them through a third-party link called Portfolio, but whatever. They want to pay off their mortgage. Beautifully mature. Yeah, interest rates too high. They got to pay it back. Exactly, Jay Masson. Everyone that did that still have financial problems. Exactly. People who took money out their house the last recession all have financial problems still. It's taking them years to dig out, right? Because they're treating their house like a credit card. And one CNBC analyst person was like, good they're not tapping their house because they don't need to. If you don't have a plan for that shit, don't do it. Because I saw one where this guy they were trying to write this article to feel bad for this black guy. And I'm sorry I have to make fun of him. But he had a Cadillac Escalade sitting in the driveway. And he's sitting on the front porch all sad with his white tee on and his pants. And he's like, I worked real hard. And everybody was like, well, what happened? And he was like, well, I refinanced my house to fix on it. But he didn't fix on it. He had a brand new Cadillac Escalade. His wife had a brand new Lexus. And then he lost his job. And then he was complaining to the newspaper reporter about how unfair the interest rate was and how unfair some other stuff was. And I was like, no, brother, no. That house was $50,000. They gave you cash out refinance to fix that house and you took it and spent it on something else. Whose fault is that? But see, that's where people are like, well, everybody was doing it, Erica. Give people grace. Okay. Well, if you want me to do that, then okay. They're not tapping the equity because guess what? They're older now. 8 years ago, some of those people were 40. Now as they get towards 50, they like, I'm old and I ain't trying to work forever. And my kids better just come out of college and do what they got to do because I can't afford that. So yeah, that's part of that. Gracious, can I get business credit faster if I have a large lump sum in my personal account and good personal credit score? No, I'm talking about taking that money and putting it in your business checking account. when they look at your business checking account. They're looking at deposits and what's in there. I'm sorry, I am. I'm stuck on Mighty Mouse. When I went to Teriyaki Madness, somebody had it as a ringtone, so now I'm just stuck. Here I come. Cam is a beast. Thank you. T-Bell. I am thinking about starting a credit repair business, but I also want to add trade lines for positive increase in credit scores. Is there anyone selling trade lines, and is it legal? Trade lines are legal. So here's the thing, T-Bell, what's going on with your credit, right? So what I tell people, if they start a credit repair business with me, just be consistently working on your credit. Trade lines, you boost. Like, here's my thought process. If you're like, hey, Erica, I'm at like 620, and then I'm gonna get a trade line and get up to 650, 670, and get a credit card and then use it for my business marketing, then straight. But other than that, like always, number one is increase your income. A lot of people are getting credit cards to supplement their lifestyle, and that's not how that works. But if you're using it for business marketing, I'm all about you getting a trade line. And I've talked about it several times on this channel. TradelineSupply.com is good. There's the only ones I've seen I recommend my clients to. I don't want to recommend another one. Just TradelineSupply.com. They're pretty decent. 80s, baby. No, it doesn't. Tank Dog, does getting a secure credit card lower your FICO? So no, it does not. It does not. Here I come to say the day. Okay. So I saw what you said about the velocity banking. Can I say this? Complaining about credit cards or their credit cards, they have too much debt. It's because they don't make enough money. That's all. They're not making enough money. And people don't want to hear that, but that's really what it is. Got to make more money. That's always going to be an answer. No matter how many times I do these videos, no matter how much I say this, you got to make more money. I make more money. Jeez Louise, I have like so many it jumped. All right, so here we go. Hey, thanks for the $4.99 super chat, 39 Rebecca. Exception, not the rule. I'll skipping that. Joining on the AU game. Hey, I've been offered a franchise for AUs, but I was like, nah, I ain't trying to do that. This country did not learn its lesson during housing. It didn't. Donna Breeze, got to run. I'll be on the stream tomorrow. Thank you, Donna Breeze. I got to go to the gym tonight. I got to walk on the treadmill because tomorrow I work out with my personal trainer. And I did not work out this morning. Leveraging debt is asking for a disaster. If you don't do it right, we don't participate in the sky is falling here. Going to the gym after the show. All right, Thomas. What do you think of Grant Cardone not to buy a home? Great deal. So what Grant Cardone is recommending to you is not for everyday Americans. Grant Cardone's talking to the guy who may have 150,000 because he works in sales and he's been stacking his money, and his wife is like, let's buy a house. He's talking to that guy because that guy can buy investments. He's not talking to a black school teacher who her and her husband are two school teachers and they barely scraping their money together, and rent in Houston so high that they need to buy a house because the mortgage will be at least way cheaper or half. Again, like I told you the story of the lady that was on the channel. She'd been watching the channel for a while and she'd been working a job she did not like for 18 years. So then she quit that job once she got her condo. Her mortgage was only $321 in Houston for her townhouse condo. I mean, she didn't need that job. So the thing is, Grant Cardone is telling something that may work for one segment of the economy. Like, I have to say this and be really honest. There's 4 segments to the economy, and you're just maybe not in that one he's talking about. There's people who are stuck making $10 an hour or less. There are people making $15 to $20 an hour. Then there's people making 50 plus an hour. And then there's other people who are just like, money's funny. So whenever people ask me, what do I think about Grant Cardone saying something, it just may not apply to you. And that's not offensive. It just may not be your category. Exactly. You got to have a plan. So the cash flow quadrant, Thomas Jackson, to me, talks a little bit more about, to me, the Rich Dad Poor Dad book 1 is all this fluff. It's just bullshit. It's like, think about being rich, the job, you're on the rat race. Cash flow quadrant actually goes, are you over here, here, or here? In the one part of the book. And that's the most important part of that book, right? Like every other book he wrote, he just copies and pastes. But that cash flow quadrant in the holding company's book is the best out of the 3. Thank you for the info. My credit score is being worked on, but it's fair. Got you. Mike Polar, taking the equity out to buy liabilities is the worst thing ever. Take the equity out to buy income producing assets. Exactly. There's a lady right now here in Austin in one of our church circles. She has $150,000 in equity on her condo because she lives in downtown Austin. And she's like, I'm excited for the equity, but I don't know what to do with it. And everybody's like, then don't touch it. If you don't know, don't touch it. Erica, who is Cam Cam and where is she? Mike Polar starting stuff with you, Cam Cam. Cam Cam is a man, a marketing man of genius. He's on here. What service can you use to report on-time non-debt payments to credit bureaus? There's a couple different. You gotta be a little bit more direct. Do you mean like your apartment rent? What do you mean? Get a little bit more. What is covered in the credit repair course? Is it business strategy included? Yes, we talk about marketing to clients. We talk about how to get referrals forever. We talk about a lot of different stuff. And we talked about it in the previous video. So just hop back on that vid. Mike Polar, I'm going to whip out this ban hammer. Don't ban them. Don't do it. No. Oh, okay. Also, I meant to show y'all the millennials. Thank you. So again, thank you for the super chats. You guys have been amazing. Let me go ahead and show. Where is it at? Okay, found it. So remember, people are all like, what about the millennials, Erica? What about the millennials? Nope. Wait a minute. All right. So right here, the average millennials credit scores tell a very different story, city by city. Isn't that interesting? Why? Because some cities are already in recession, some cities aren't. Okay. Madison, Kentucky is 662, while San Francisco is 757. Right now, before I even go any further in this article, why would the average credit score in Madison, Kentucky be 662 and 775 in San Francisco? Somebody please tell me. Someone please put it in the comments. Mount Pleasant, Texas. We low, baby. They low. Michigan, South Dakota. Indiana, Pennsylvania. Gloversville, New York. Look at that. These are for millennials. And again, millennials are 21 to 37 years old. So don't think it's just for those youngins. Okay. Miami, 722. Boston, 701. Purchase loans made up 90% of mortgages close to all millennials in May, growing from 89% the previous month. Refinances accounted for 9% of all closed loans. Conventional loans comprise of 68%. FDA ones basically comprise of 28%. Department of Veteran Affairs made up 2% of loans, which makes sense because very few people sign up for military. It's a very small percentage of America. Like it's 1% of a 1%. It's crazy. Okay. Less than 1 in 3 parents teach their kids about credit scores. So number one, why were the scores lower in Kentucky than San Francisco? Number 2 question, why are 1 in 3 parents why are only 1 in 3 parents teaching their kids about credit? Why? What's happening? What's happening? Third one. Millennial credit scores, of course, vary widely. We just talked about that. Again. All right. Okay, so what is it saying in here? Mrs. Love Jones, I love this channel. Erica, you ain't no joke. True to the game. Soulful Shay, I'm inspired. I just paid off 3 credit cards and working on my last and establishing 2 more lines of credit. Congratulations. Beautifully mature. Tech Valley. Yeah. Mrs. Love Jones, cost of living. Nicole Williams, incomes are higher in San Francisco. Digital B Media, income. Income. Boom, 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 boom. If you've got 10 grand coming in a month, and let's say an emergency hospital bill of 1,000 comes and you pay it off, you good to go. But let's say you're a homeboy who makes 3,000 in Kentucky and you got a hospital bill of $1,000. Well, that bad boy might go to credit. It might go to collections because you don't have the money to pay it off. Right? Okay. Sorry, I saw some noise outside. I was like, what's happening over there? Anyway, but yeah, cost of living, solid steps up, all positive vibes here. Yeah. Solid steps up. Grant Cardone, accredited investors. Exactly. He's not talking to everybody else. He ain't even talking to y'all. See, that's the problem we're going to have in America coming up. There's going to be these groups of people that are mad about technology. And then, like, again, there's 3 facts I keep telling y'all. 20% of all white people in America are 65 years old or older. They already senior citizens. Median age of white people is 45, while the median age of Hispanic and Black people are way younger. So right now you have like 23 million Black people that are over the age of 18, but you got like 23 million that are under 18. So you're talking about a very different, younger culture, younger demographic. So when Grant Cardone is talking, he's talking to old Billy over there. That's retired. He ain't talking to you. He ain't. When he's talking to somebody, he's not talking to you. He's talking to homeboy who's got 100K. Now, when he's talking about being flexible, being moving, it doesn't matter. If you buy your house and you rent it out when you leave, and you keep it moving. Simple as that. It's just simple as that. Now, Grant Cardone has now opened it up to non-accredited investors. So you already know it's about to be some crazy sugary going on. That 10X conference next year is going to be like, invest. When Grant Cardone is opening up the door to non-credit investors, you know something's about to go down. Okay, Nicole Williams. Parents don't understand themselves. Yeah. Thank you, Erica Sofouche. Mike Polar, blessings, Cam. I think these days kids don't learn about credit because their parents are stunting for the gram. Some feel it's too much burden for the kids to learn about wealth building. Yeah, exactly. And you got to think about it. When people are talking about Kylie Jenner, her sisters paved the way, her mom paves the way. Whose fault is it your mama didn't pave the way for you? There was this article talking about Black women have the most college debt. And I said, well, you know who to blame? They mama and daddy for not saving any money for their college journey. So what? As long as they got jobs. I mean, there's this one stat people love throwing out. Black women's net worth is only $5. And I said, now, you know that sounds damn dumb as hell. Why? Because net worth is when people are 45, 55, 60. Basic math here. If I buy a $120,000 house and I'm young, I'm a young single Black woman, whatever, and I buy a $30,000 BMW, I'm just saying, I got 150K, right? Okay. And I pay that off for the next 10 years. In 10 years, now let's say I have 60,000 in equity from the house and the BMW or whatever. My net worth is going to be 60K, right? So trying to say, oh, their net worth is only $5 is silly because the net worth argument is just trash. It's a trash argument. Don't talk to me about Don't talk to me about your net worth. When those Black people you're talking about are 40, 50, 67 years old, then talk to me about net worth. Because right now it don't make no sense. Because most people, Black people are, again, the median age of white people is 45. If the median age of Black people is 32, yeah, so their net worth is going to be 10 plus years behind. Duh. It just makes me sick. But anyway, okay. Anyway, any other questions, you guys? We're going to wrap this one up. It's been fun. Okay, so anyway, so look, I got some phone calls to make. I know some of y'all already mad because, you know, Erica, you late for the next video. Well, the video, we're going to push it back 30 minutes so I can make some phone calls. I already see I got some clients in the inbox looking a little angry. Phone call, phone keeps beeping. So any other questions? You guys good? Okay. Anyways, you guys, this is it. Oh, my son sells brownies. The name of his business is Little Daddy Stuffed Brownies. He sells and deposits his cash into his account. We're going to start working on his credit soon. Bing, 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 bing. Love it. All right, everybody. If you want to reach me, you know where to reach me. If you want to grab this shirt, you can get it. The links are all up in the chat. Thank you, VC. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. You have been fun. Thank you, Solid Steps to Wealth, for the super chat. Thank you, everybody else, for your other super chats. $5, dollar. It doesn't matter. Thank you for supporting the community-supported channel. Thank you for buying the book. Thank you for all that you do. You guys are amazing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for chatting with me. Your net worth is your net worth. That's right. So very important. A book you guys should check out is The Power of Who. Power of Who. It says right on a piece of paper, 150 people you know. And if bulk of the people in the paper are your family, you need to know more people. So, all right, everybody, this is Erica from the Classy Climb blog, author of the Classy Climb blog and of Smartphone Millionaire, how to buy, how to invest from your hand, people, real estate, and businesses. You guys, again, for Thursday, for those of you who are in the credit course beta, we'll have a live training tomorrow for y'all, secret off the internet. Everybody else, thank you for coming out tonight. Have a great night.